Okay, so we're doing some Blackwork follow-ups, I think, this time. I think these have both been featured on here before, and we're just following up, so.
All right, so this one's from RTC. It says, still working on first coat. We'll start second coat in a few months. Oof.
Yeah, so we've seen this now a couple times, I believe. I think this guy has been he sent so many of these, it's like, it would be helpful to send a big batch all at once,
Yeah.
rather than, like, I'm still going to show it, but this is, it's time to stop now, right? Like, you need to go to someone that can do this for you better.
Yeah, this is so...
I don't think I don't think this guy's doing his own.
But whoever's doing this isn't getting any consistency.
Well, the problem is, like, because I said he sent a few emails now over the last couple months when he was sending these, and like they're not getting anywhere, like they're just doing more, right? It's that the idea is like, yeah, there's technically more done, but like
what's done isn't good.
what's done isn't getting better.
No.
Is my thing. Like, people will say, oh well, don't just stop, because you're gonna get nothing but scar tissue if you keep practicing with these people who don't know what they're doing. It's like, I believe in the rule of, if the first session isn't great, it's worth trying again. But like, if you're not getting anywhere, then no. Like, stop at some point, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you're getting nothing but these results, like, pull out. Go, like, course correct.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean that just because someone did, they didn't do the perfect job the first time, that you can't ever get a good result with them. Too many people are afraid to try, right? You have to be, like, I think it's important to be willing to try something. Right? Like, we just did the candy cane on my leg, right?
Yeah.
And it's not bad.
Yeah.
But, like, we can do better.
Of course.
Right? So it's like, but, like, someone might get upset and go, well, it's supposed to be perfect. It's one of those, like, no, you can't just expect perfect when you're doing something new.
Right.
It's just not going to be the way it is. And, like, I hear all the time, and I know, because, like, we have people traveling here for Blackwork. Like, we have it all the time now. Like, almost every day. And people are always like, I can't find anyone that does this. And it's like, well, yeah, it's not the easiest thing, but also people don't want to do it every day.
Right.
But like, if you find someone who's willing to give it a shot that can pack color, then it's like, even if they haven't been doing it all the time, like, it's worth trying.
I think so too. I agree with that.
The idea is like people have no faith in anyone, and so they're willing to travel to whoever they see post it. Right? But it's quite possible that there's someone in your area that can do it.
Yeah, you just got to figure out
However,
who's willing to try and has the skill set to do it.
There is a limit to that, and when you keep getting results like this, to have a whole arm look like this,
It's so blotchy.
it's just like, I can't imagine that whatever they're going to do on the second pass is going to fix all of these problems. Right? Like, there's still going to be, because it looks like they're just adjusting every session. Like, it's like, that's not working, let's try something. Like, but they're not figuring anything out. Like, this is terrible.
Right.
Like, there's nothing really nice to say here. All of it looks very bad, and it's time to go somewhere else. Like, this is where it's like, you're lucky you haven't got fucked up yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you might get fucked up yet. Like, it's very clear that this person has no idea what they're doing. And you could have said that from the beginning. I would never say that from the beginning, like I said. But, like, when you've seen it multiple times now, and it's just not getting anywhere, then it's like, yeah, I'm going to consider my options.
Right, yeah.
Right? Like, I do think it's worth a try, but I don't think that this is...
Yeah, not in there good.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I got a big one to read right now.
Yeah.
So...
We've seen this one before, too.
This one's from Tiny Customs. Says, hi Remy, sent you a bunch of emails before. I'm new at tattooing and did a first pass on my arm to Blackout myself. Where 2 shitty previous artists' work was done. It's a first pass, so a couple of places has a bit of a transparent patches, which will be shorter at Passner 2. This person is bad at spelling. The stars will be touched up for better result with lines and fill the black in the stars. Couldn't do it when blacked out the arm because of pain. The stars are 20 years old, and so they needed it. I'm new at this.
This guy's Swedish or something.
Okay, but I learned fast, I think. What do you think of the first pass from a beginner? And thank you for your videos and inspiration daily. Looking forward to play with color on black later. And then they say, before and after photos. The before photo you can see unfinished work in the form of clouds and shit from an artist that left me like that. The other shit on the other side looked bad too. Before too. After photo is taken day after today. After washing it with mild soap, and then when dried I applied ointment. Hello San, standard stuff we use here in Sweden. Okay, this spelling makes lots of sense then. Why do it myself? Because the artist I asked in Sweden don't want to do it. Have tattooed for a month and a half. Small tattoos, around 15 tattoos. I think this blackout looks good for first time and pass. P.S.
Yeah, this is the same guy.
I want your rose sleeve. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the guy that was on about like he wanted to do the white on black, and he had the rose at the bottom of his arm there. I remember,
and we thought the blackout wasn't too bad for a.
And it looks like that
first attempt, first pass.
Looks like the rose is gone now.
Cool.
So, I don't know because he framed up to the rose last time, so it looked like he was gonna keep it.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
it's good that it's gone.
Like he had the clouds and stuff that I said looked like landscapes.
Yeah.
Right.
They were like attempt at soft shading, but it just didn't look right.
Yeah, it was by I think the same guy did the stars, but like I just think just get rid of all of it.
Yeah, just get rid of the stars.
Like now it's progressed now since last time we seen it,
yeah.
And there was more open space last time, and like I think it's just a matter of time before it all goes. So you may as well just get rid of it now, and especially if you like my rose sleeve, like
just black out your whole sleeve, live with it for like. You know
what's funny?
6 months a year, and then have at her.
So many people will do this where they start out with like, oh, I'm going to black it out so I can cover it up. And then they get the blackout and they're like, I don't know if I even want to do anything over it. Like,
no, because the blackout looks really nice.
Well, you end up liking it more than you expect. And the thing is because you become more of like the art is no longer on you. You kind of are the thing, and it just changes the way you look at everything you wear, and it becomes more of like I don't know, it's more of a body mod type thing. It has a different feeling in your brain.
Yeah.
When you see that black limb, you're just kind of like, oh yeah. Like people ask me all the time if I miss any of my old tattoos, and they're expecting it to be like some of the ones that I blacked out, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of miss having black sleeves sometimes.
Yeah.
Like my blackout neck was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When you were full black, it looked really cool.
Yeah, that look, and like it changes the way you look in everything you wear, right? So it's like this whole like lifestyle modification thing. It's way different than getting like a regular little tattoo on your arm, and so a lot of people end up doing this thinking they're going to do like this big cover-up project with it after, and they end up just going, you know what, I just like the black. And now Ashlyn is like, she's like almost forgotten about doing anything on top of hers, because that was the intention.
I know, but it looks so nice.
Like she was coming up with ideas all the time, things she wanted to do over top of it and stuff, and like showing me things, and I'm like, now it's like, oh, I just want the blackout. And I think that's going to happen to more people than they think. Like, I think like, what was it, El Tattoo, when I did the feature on him, I watched a YouTube video with that guy where, like, this is a very old video, probably 7 or 8 years old now, and he was like, I think Blackwork becomes much more popular as time goes on.
Right.
And now you're seeing, like, it's become an aesthetic for so many people.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, it's like, it's a whole different thing. It's, I think, in a way, more tasteful, too, than a whole bunch of shitty, weird tattoos.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I agree with that.
Like,
I think
the black here is way more appealing than the stars.
It looks really, like, classy in its weird own way.
And as I said in the last time we featured this guy, he's, of course, doing a fairly good job of this. This is way better than the last one.
Especially on yourself. Like,
and I think that the last one, the guy is going to see someone for that.
I think so, too. I think
it goes to show you that, like, you know, even if it's your own technique, like... they're as good and bad, right? So many people think that Blackout is this easy thing, and you can very clearly see like technique trumps everything in this, right?
Yeah, it's not as easy as it seems.
No, but like this guy's doing a pretty good job on himself. I would say get rid of all of this shit and just live with the straight up Blackout for a while, and who knows, you might not even want to cover it. And I know you like my rose sleeve, but I think this guy liked the white version of it.
Yeah.
And it's funny with the rose sleeve, like a lot of people loved the first version of it, and then it took them a while for them to like the colored version. And now they like this version too. But it's interesting to me because I'm not particularly attached to either of them, and I'll probably black it out at some point.
No, I know. You just kind of did it for shits and giggles.
Well, I did it to make a point, right?
Yep.
And to make the point really clear.
And very big and bold.
But it was never like, oh, I have to do this because I love it. Like it was like I said when I first planned it, it was like I'm writing a pop song.
Yeah.
This is built to sell, and so I have no real attachment to any of it, right? So if you want to do something like that, just so you know, feel free to go and do that. I showed you that picture of the guy who did a copy of my chest tattoo again. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen my old chest tattoo get done, and it's never been done nicely once.
No, well, no one's going to do it as nice as Rick.
No, it's just, my thing is, if you're going to do it, and it's going to be such a blatant imitation of what I did, at least get it done well.
Yeah,
right?
go to it.
Because it's very funny when it's done poorly.
I know, it's just not quite nice.
A good imitation of something is in a way flattering. I don't take it as like, oh, you're ripping me off. I take it as like, oh, look at that. They really liked it, so they did it right.
Yeah.
You know? But, yeah, don't do the poor imitation of it.
No.